All right, folks, gather around. We're about to embark on a journey through the intricate and often misunderstood world of corporate finance. Today, we're diving into the thrilling world of corporate finance. It's a realm where numbers dance and fortunes are made or lost. Just kidding, it's about as thrilling as watching paint dry, but with potentially more disastrous consequences if not handled properly. We're talking about debt, that magical elixir that can fuel a company's rise to glory or send it spiraling into a black hole of despair. It's a double-edged sword, a tool that can be both a blessing and a curse. It's a bit like salt. A sprinkle can enhance the flavor, but too much, and you'll be chugging water like a dehydrated camel in the Sahara. Balance is key. Now, imagine a company as a giant kitchen and debt as the spice rack. Each spice represents a different type of debt, each with its own unique flavor and risk. Some companies go full Gordon Ramsay, liberally dousing their finances with debt, hoping for a Michelin-starred performance. While others prefer a more minimalist approach like a bland tofu scramble, cautious and conservative, avoiding the risk of over-seasoning. The key is to find the right balance, understanding when to add a pinch more and when to hold back. It's an art and a science, a delicate dance that can make or break a company's future. To understand a company's love affair with debt, we need to talk about the long-term debt-to-capitalization ratio. Don't worry, it's less terrifying than it sounds. Think of it as a financial game of how much borrowed money are you comfortable juggling. It's calculated by taking a company's long-term debt, loans they don't have to pay back immediately, and dividing it by their total capitalization, basically their entire worth. A high ratio means the company is basically a financial tightrope walker, relying heavily on borrowed money. One wrong step and splat. Let's talk about WeWork, shall we? This company was once the darling of the startup world, promising to change the way we think about office spaces. The office-sharing startup that promised to revolutionize the way we work, but instead revolutionized how quickly a company can burn through cash. They expanded rapidly, opening new locations at a breakneck pace, but the financials just didn't add up. Their business model? Basically renting office space, slapping on a coat of paint, and subletting it at a higher price. It seemed like a simple and effective strategy, but the costs quickly spiraled out of control. Sounds foolproof, right? Well, it wasn't. The company faced mounting losses and struggled to keep up with its own ambitious growth plans. WeWork's debt-to-capitalization ratio was higher than Snoop Dogg at a Cypress Hill concert. They took on so much debt that it became nearly impossible to manage. They were so leveraged, they could barely afford to buy office plants, let alone actual offices. The financial strain was evident everywhere you looked. Unsurprisingly, their grand plans came crashing down faster than a Jenga tower built by a toddler on a sugar rush. The company's downfall was a stark reminder of the dangers of over-leveraging and unchecked ambition. Section 4. Playing it safe, the Snuggie wearers of finance. Now let's talk about the other end of the spectrum. Companies that treat debt like it's contagious. These are the financial equivalent of your grandma who still uses dial-up internet. Take Alphabet, Google's parent company, for example. They're sitting on a mountain of cash so large they could probably buy a small country. Their debt-to-capitalization ratio is practically non-existent. Now, some might call them boring, but you know what's not boring? Not going bankrupt. Section 5. Why investors should care, avoiding financial Fyre festivals. This section is crucial for anyone looking to safeguard their investments and avoid catastrophic financial pitfalls. So, why should you, the average investor, care about this ratio? It's not just a number, it's a vital indicator of a company's financial health and stability, because it can help you avoid financial disasters like the Fyre festival. Imagine investing your hard-earned money into what seems like a promising venture, only to find out it's a complete disaster. Remember that luxury music festival that turned out to be a scam of epic proportions? The promotional material promised an experience of a lifetime, but the reality was far from it. Investing in a company with a sky-high debt-to-capitalization ratio is like buying a VIP ticket to Fyre Festival 2.0. It looks glamorous on the surface, but the underlying issues can lead to significant losses. It might sound exciting at first, but you're likely to end up stranded on an island with nothing but a soggy cheese sandwich and a sense of profound regret. The initial allure quickly fades when reality sets in. Bottom line, Understanding a company's debt situation is crucial. It's not just about the potential for profit, but also about mitigating risks. It's like checking the weather forecast before you leave the house. You wouldn't step out without knowing if you need an umbrella or a jacket, right? Sure, you could just wing it, but wouldn't you rather be prepared for a financial hurricane? Being informed and prepared can make all the difference in safeguarding your investments.